Thailand seems to be edging toward another round of turmoil. The Attorney General's firm, backing for the ruling party's charter reform scheme, is direct defiance against the Constitution Court. The line is getting increasingly blurred over the legislative and judicial powers in the country. Initially, it appeared that Thailand would have a month-long break from political turbulence. However, the controversial reconciliation bills and the Constitution Court's virtual call for delay of charter amendment have subtly changed the complexion of the political landscape. Exactly why the Pheu Thai party wants to pass the reconciliation bills immediately remain unclear. Government leaders had sent obvious signals that a reconciliation plan, which would include a general amnesty, would wait for a new constitution to be completed. That was a sensible time frame, because a premature amnesty scheme could contravene the present charter. But whether the reconciliation bills would breach the present charter is less of a worry now. Rumbling street protests by those on each side of the political polarity have raised the possibility of renewed violence. Meanwhile, the Constitution Court has preliminarily accepted petitions against the Charter Amendment Bill that sought to pave the way for the setting up of the so-called Constitution Drafting Assembly. The CDA would be tasked with the writing of a brand new charter. The court's action has angered the ruling Pheu Thai party as well as the Red Shirt movement. This has resulted in the existing standoff between the Pheu Thai-dominated House of Representatives and the judiciary. This Constitution Court issue involves two separate controversies. First, the petitions submitted to the court had not gone through the normal channel, or the Attorney General's office to be exact. Whether the court can consider the petitions in the first place, let alone make a ruling on them, has been a subject of tumultuous debate. The second controversy has to do with why the petitions were written in the first place. The current charter, enacted under a military government through a referendum, allows itself to be amended by Parliament. That begs the question whether the current charter can allow itself to be practically dissolved and replaced by a new one, written by a group of people outside Parliament. In other words, critics believe it's not constitutional to set up the CDA and have it write a new charter. To inflame this particular controversy, the amendment bill fails to provide safeguards against possible CDA tampering with key institutions like the monarchy. A big political and constitutional storm is brewing, with the boundaries of powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches getting blurry. Resistance against devastation could be even less.